Hello and welcome back to our daily news, and here are following headlines.
Solemn memorial service held for former state leader. Vietnam-Laos embark on five-star cooperation. Businesses urged to reform for further development. Mid-Autumn Festival in Vietnam.
A solemn memorial service for former President of the State Council Võ Trí Công was held in Ho Chi Minh City on September 12 with ceremonies of a state funeral.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng delivered a funeral oration reviewing the life and glorious revolutionary operations of 99-year-old Võ Trí Công, one of the most outstanding students of President Ho Chi Minh. Paying last tribute to him, the General Secretary said the entire party, army and people of Vietnam are determined to consistently pursue Marxism-Leninism, the Ho Chi Minh thoughts and the idea of national independence and socialism, and to comprehensively speed up the renewal process for the goal of making Vietnam a strong nation with wealthy people and a democratic, equitable and civilized society. Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng, State President Trương Tấn Sang, Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng, and other party and state leaders, together with representatives of People Tractor, took Võ Trí Công to his last resting place at Ho Chi Minh City Cemetery. The memorial services for the former state leader were also held in the capital city of Hanoi and his home province of Quảng Nam. The Vietnamese embassies in foreign countries also paid tribute to the talented Vietnamese leader who had devoted all his life to the revolutionary cause of the nation.
A groundbreaking ceremony for a $70 million five-star hotel cum apartment complex, or the Vien Thanh complex, was held in Laos capital city, Vientiane, last weekend.
The ceremony was attended by Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng and his Lao counterpart Thông Sin Thamavong and senior officials from the two countries. The project is an investment of Vietnam's Hạ Long Investment and Development Company and the Logistics Department under Laos Ministry of Public Security. It has a total investment of $70 million, to which the Vietnamese company contributes 80%. Covering an area of 20,000 square meters, the project will include a five-star hotel with 204 rooms, apartments, and trade and entertainment centers.
Bank's recent move to cut lending interest rates has partly helped ease difficulties in capital for businesses. However, experts say businesses should renovate operations to deal with difficulties.
According to the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in the first 6 months of this year, thousands of businesses declared to dissolve or suffer losses as tightened financial and credit policies and increasing prices of input materials such as electricity and petrol have affected the operation. A chamber survey showed that in the period, 44% of businesses saw profit decline, 64% of businesses cut down projects, and 3.67% of them narrowed production. Almost all businesses face difficulties in accessing capital sources due to high interest rates. The State Bank of Vietnam recently decided to restrain the ceiling deposit rate in Vietnam Dong at 14% per year. Thanks to this, commercial banks have cut their lending interest rate by 1.5 to 2 percentage points to 17 to 19% a year. However, experts say the move only eased to some extent businesses' burden in terms of capital in the context of high inflation. They say high interest rates were not the only reason for businesses' difficulties, as they face huge inventories, resulting in shortage of capital for production and reinvestment. Therefore, how to promote internal strength is the basic factor for businesses to maintain and develop their production. Businesses themselves must assess their own strong and weak points. They must cut the production costs, strengthen their management capacity, and seek suitable ways to surmount difficulties and stabilize production. Lowering interest rate is necessary in the current situation, but it's time to bring the interest rate to a reasonable level for both businesses and the economy. Experts say measures to support businesses in combination with their self-renovation will be a sustainable solution.
Vietnam will develop 3 more coastal economic zones between now and 2020, which will raise the country's total to 18.
According to the Ministries of Planning and Investment, the coastal economic zones will be built in the central province of Quảng Trị and the northern provinces of Thái Bình and Nam Định. Funding of these economic zones will mainly come from the state budget, which will be used for developing infrastructure. Under the plan for 2011, more than $1.8 trillion has been allocated to 14 coastal economic zones. The ministry said since early this year, coastal economic zones have attracted 33 foreign invested projects with a total investment capital of over $500 million and 38 locally invested projects with a total investment capital of nearly $66 trillion of nearly 66 trillion Vietnam đồng.
The new Open World Corporation has added Vietnamese to the list of 12 languages used to vote for the new 7 wonders of the world, including Vietnam's Hạ Long Bay.
The move is expected to enable Vietnamese people to easily vote for Ha Long Bay at the final stage. In the recent months, Ha Long Bay is continuously placed in the top rankings among 28 finalists. The new Open World will announce the finalists of the world's new natural wonders on November 11th.
Mid-Autumn Festival is one of the most traditional and popular family holidays in Vietnam. It is celebrated on the 15th day of the 8th month in a lunar calendar, which falls on September 12 this year.
The festival is enjoyed by people throughout the country, regardless of their background or economic status. The Mid-Autumn or Trung Thu Festival is associated with the legend of Cuội, a popular Vietnamese fairy tale that explains the origin of the festival. According to the legend, a man named Cuội was very famous because he owned a magic banyan tree that could cure any illness. Cuội wife got angry because he seemed to love the tree more than her, so one day, when Cuội was out treating a sick neighbor, she poured dirty water on the roots of the tree, which made it leave the ground. Cuội suddenly returned at that very moment to see the tree fly up to the sky. He tried to grab it, but failed to pin it down and was taken up to the moon, where he lives together with his tree to this day. That's why every year children light lanterns and take part in processions on the day of the festival to show Cuội the way back to the earth. There are many traditional activities for both adults and children during the festival, including lion dances performed by both trained professional groups and amateurs, and children carrying ornate lanterns while singing and parading along the streets in the candlelight processions at dawn. Mid-Autumn festival parties in the evening are a good opportunity for children to enjoy the festive food and also learn how to make the party attractive. Mooncakes are an indispensable delicacy for the festival. For generations, mooncakes have been made with sweet fillings of nuts, red beans, lotus seed paste, or sweet bean paste, depending on the region.
A program to introduce the Japanese control was held in Rạch City, the southern province of Kiên on September 10th.
The program, organized by the Japanese Consulate General in Ho Chi Minh City and the provincial chapter of the Union of Friendship Associations, was aimed at boosting friendship, solidarity, and cooperation between the Vietnamese people, particularly Kiên people, with the Japanese in order to develop investment and cooperation among people. Crowds gathered to watch film and photo on the unique culture, the land and the people of Japan. They share their sympathy over the great losses caused by the twin disaster of earthquake and tsunami to the Japanese people. On this occasion, the provincial chapter of the Vietnam-Japan Friendship Association made its debut.
And that comes to the end of our program today. Thanks for joining us and goodbye.